What's up, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Navigating Dental Insurance Podcast. I am your host today, Jordan Comstock. With me, a dear friend, Ericka Aguilar. How are you doing, Erica? Welcome to the show.
It's always so fun to do a show, to do an episode with you. I am doing very well, thank you.
Yes, Erica is the CEO and founder of Fortune Billing Solutions. And you've been doing that a while. I think I met you probably on the podcast originally when
hmm
Ben brought you on,
hmm
but I reached out and wanted to chat with you because, well, one, I haven't chatted with you in a while, and I don't like
Right.
that.
I know.
And then two, a lot is changing in the dental industry, and I kind of want to interview you and kind of get your viewpoint on what's going
Oh,
on.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was back in 2024 when we first started
Did we do a webinar
podcasting.
together too?
We
Were you on one of the
did.
webinars?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Um,
So,
it's always fun. Definitely
yeah.
always fun.
Yes, always.
Mhm.
So for people that don't know you on our audience, if they haven't listened to your last episode, give a quick rundown of how you got in the dental space and how you started your company.
Oh, absolutely. I started as a dental assistant back in 1995. A lot of
Nice.
listeners haven't even been born at that time. So I am dating myself, but uh, 1995. And then in 1998, I moved into my new position as a dental biller. So I've been a dental biller since 1998, and I started when it was pen and paper, and we filled out claims by hand.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Jeez.
Downtime was filling in the claim form with like the tax ID number and all the information just so that we had a prepped claim form. Um, and then obviously I've been through all of the industry changes, and now we're going through another shift that a lot of people are not familiar with. And I know you're all about collecting everything owed to the practice, Jordan. That's like your
Yes.
mantra. We're going to shift, and there's going to be another shift, and people are going to see a lot more denied claims because
Yeah.
diagnosis codes are making its way to the market. And I coach
Interesting.
billers all over the country, and I have a pretty decent following on TikTok. And when I talk about diagnosis codes, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Maybe five people, but
And that shift is coming. That's
it's
crazy.
already here.
Well, and then I would imagine like I've interviewed some people in like tech and insurance companies are using AI more to deny and like systemize their denial process is what I've heard. I don't know.
Yes. And
I've seen there's some art I've read some articles on like lawsuits of insurance companies getting sued because of it, but I don't know what's
it's
the shakedown.
shifting.
Yeah.
So right now, four states, I can't recite them off the top of my head. I know Arizona, Florida, I can't remember the other two, but four states have passed laws that insurance companies have to inform the dental practice that the denial was AI generated.
Really, if they're using AI. So,
They're
but what
using
does the practice do? Like when they learn that, like what does the practice? Can they do anything?
Yeah, you can request that a dentist actually review the claim to prove dental necessity or medical
Interesting.
necessity. Yeah, you just have to know how to navigate the denial management process.
Yeah,
And that's where I find a lot of offices are leaving money on the table.
sure.
I spend a lot of my time researching what is referred to as market trends by the insurance commissioner. So, like the findings from the audits, what the insurance companies are actually getting fined for. And
Yeah.
you would be like, I eat this stuff all day, every day. Like, I love it. I like to know what the insurance companies are getting fined for so that I can teach my audience how to fight fire with fire, because I always
Yeah.
insurance companies are fighting fire because they know the law, and we in a dental practice fight back with water guns. And it's just
Yeah.
not a fair fight.
Well, I was like, that's a great point you bring up because so this morning I had Dr. Roy Shelburne on the podcast,
hmm
and he said that when like he went to an insurance event with like for all the insurance companies. And he said the stats that they were talking about over there was like when a denial happens in dentistry, 75% of the time, dentists don't really fight back and properly, or at all, and they just lose so much money because of that. And I was kind of shocked with that metric that Roy was sharing
I'm
with us.
gonna add to that.
Yes, do it.
So
I'm sure you see
I
all of
did
it.
some extensive research over the past 2 years, and this is just within my own database. When I bring a new office on board, um, less than 1% of denials ever get appealed. So I want to keep that
Wow.
stat to be right and front and center. But here's the flip side to that: 8 out of 10 appealed denials are overturned on the appeal. So we would win more and capture more of that insurance money that's owed to the practice if we would just appeal more. But
Interesting.
so why don't we appeal? I did
Yeah.
a case study on that. Why do we not appeal? Well, there's no time.
No
It's
time,
not
probably
it's
no
not lack of
system.
intention, it's lack of systems, it's lack of process, it's lack of, again, these templates that are being passed around all over these Facebook groups. Those are water guns. I mean,
Yeah,
we're really
sure.
fighting fire with water guns. Understanding your state's prompt pay law is fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Understanding how to acquire the interest owed to the practice, if the insurance company takes more than 30 days to pay that claim, they owe the practice interest.
Some interest.
Most billers don't even know how to get the insurance companies to pay. So,
Yeah.
not only are we losing out on the money that is owed to the practice, rightfully owed for procedures that should be covered, we're also losing out on the interest. So, it's
Wow.
it's insane to me. I teach a denial management workshop, and in that workshop, it's truly honing in on, things like how to go get the interest that is owed to the practice, how to know which regulation governing body to go to, because the insurance commissioner is not the be all end all. If you're dealing
Yeah.
with a self-funded plan, you have to go to the Department of Labor.
Well, the insurance commissioner is a they get lobbied to.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
They do.
Just
But
just just call us a certain state that Delta Dental's in and talk to that insurance commissioner.
yeah, I mean, Rhode Island recently got cited by the insurance commissioner. And here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand is that we're not trying to get the insurance companies fined. A
Yeah.
fine is just a line item in the result of an audit, right?
Yeah.
That's great. And honestly, the money that they shell out is nothing for them.
Yeah.
What we really want is to create change. So in the Rhode Island, I think this happened in January of this year, it literally imposed 19 mandated changes, one of which was as a result of Rhode Island, Delta Dental of Rhode Island denying claims based on policies that the state insurance commissioner was not aware of. And they can't do that. And so, like, I just feel like this sense of urgency to go and coach and educate our dental billing industry so that
Yeah.
as individuals we level up, yes, but my mission is to have the entire billing community level up as a whole, because that is when we are going to create change, and insurance companies are going to sit up and say, okay, now these billers, they know their laws, they know how to use them. And if I can just add, why this is important, insurance companies know that a clean claim is a legal term. It is tied to the prompt pay law. But they
Yeah.
also know that we as billers don't know that. We think clean claim is a buzzword. Like it's just tossed around all over the place, but that's not the
Interesting.
case, right? Like, so billers need to understand the clean claim term is a part of the prompt pay law. And when you submit a clean claim and you know what that looks like, then you know that when the insurance company issues additional information requests, that is their legal loophole in stopping that 30-day time frame
Hmm.
in them having to pay. So now they get to keep their money while you are trying to figure out what in the world does this additional information request mean? Because
Yeah.
they're not going to say, hey, we need a clearer x ray. They're just going to say additional information. And here's the other caveat to
Hmm.
that, they are not going to say diagnosis code needed. They are
They
just going to
keep
say additional information
they
needed.
keep it vague.
They keep it vague. And that is actually, being vague is a violation of the law and the regulators, these examiners. When I read the results of these audits and what the examiners are noting, they are literally saying in these audits that vagueness is a violation of the law. And
Wow.
billers need to understand the legal architecture behind every claim, and that's where they're lacking. So
Yeah, sure.
once they understand the legal architecture behind every claim, they are going to be so much more powerful, and collections is naturally going to go up because
Yeah.
now you're going to know how to fight fire with fire. And
Yeah.
I literally just said this in the podcast episode that I recorded for my podcast this morning. I said, when you know how to look at a denial and see right through it, like it's bathing in Windex, like, I got that from Mariah Carey, but
Yeah.
but you get to see right through that denial, and you know that what it is, you fight different, you move different in the fight. And
Yeah.
now you call up the insurance company and you say, I want to see where in the policy additional information is needed. Every insurance company has a requirement by each state, and it's
Sure.
called having a complete claim standard. So they are required to provide participating providers their complete claim standard. And it is in that the examiners are saying the complete claim standards are way too vague. And Rhode Island just got cited for that. Rhode Island's, they have to be so procedure code specific
Hmm.
for their, like, what exactly is needed for each procedure code. And
Interesting.
every biller should have a copy of the complete claim standard
And that's true in every state that they
in
have the
every
complete claim
state.
standard.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Is
so
there like a
important.
place where they can find that? Is there
Yes.
like,
Well, the insurance company, the PPO, should be providing it. They're required actually to provide it
oh,
to
okay.
participating providers, but you can also go look it up.
Do you find them not providing that on a
I find that
or making it harder to find?
it's there, like, embedded somewhere, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very hard to find. So usually you have to pick up the phone and say, "Can I please get a copy of the complete claim standard?"
Let's rephrase that. You pick up the phone, wait for 45 minutes,
Yes.
and then you get it, right? That's
And
more
yeah,
accurate.
and also, I mean, gosh, I could get so deep into the weeds on this, but like,
Yeah.
also, hold times, they get fined for
No
long hold
way.
times. They get fined, or
What's
they're,
classified as a, I guess it's probably per state, but what's typical classification of a long hold time?
I don't think I've seen any, but when the examiners go in, I'm going to use Rhode Island, Delta Dental of Rhode Island
Because
as an
that's the
example.
freshest one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I read up on most recently. Um, they go in and they look at appeal logs, they look at hold time logs, and insurance companies are required to provide a certain level of customer service, and hold times.
Isn't it funny they have the laws like that should just be normal nature of any
Right.
business is good
And
customer service.
it's amazing to me. Like, it's one of the things that the examiners are noting in their audit findings is hold times are ridiculous, and they're ordering the insurance companies to get better at it. Now, insurance companies are firing back and saying, well, we have staffing shortages and we're doing the best we can. Uh,
Sure.
we all know that's not true. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just insane. All of these things are designed to get you to give up. Like,
Yeah.
ultimately, you know, burying the offices in paperwork, denials, additional information requests. It's just, you have to know how to navigate all of that. And your denial management process has to be, again, just fighting fire with fire.
Yeah. No, that's really interesting. You have a lot of amazing tips. Um, we
I
just get
geek out on
started.
this stuff.
I know I'm kind of a geek too, but on the opposite side of
Yeah.
reducing dependence on PPOs through membership plans, you
Hmm.
know. But yes, we're both dental geeks. I guess
Oh,
we could
yeah,
say that. We
definitely.
could say that, and it won't hurt our feelings. Um,
All day long.
the I got a stat that I was reading this week. I was reading some financial reports that the ADA had released a few months ago. And I found it interesting where the ADA says that over the past 5 years, revenue growth in the dental industry as a whole grew by 1.4% in 5 years. So slow growth, slow revenue growth. And expenses for dental practice has grown 4.9% in that same time period. So, a stagflation type scenario, if you were to ask an economist, I think they would
Hmm.
say something like that. Where like I think of this as okay, you just spouted off a lot of issues that a lot of practices probably aren't doing to help them get their money, which you see revenue growth not growing as
Yeah,
fast as expenses, right? So it's at a whack where what
way
is
out of
that? It's like a 1 to 4 ratio, you can say. Um, four being expenses, one being revenue growth. So when I look at that, I'm like, okay, it seems like the doctors that I talk with that come to us here at Boom Cloud are, when they come through our system, they're all saying low reimbursement, low reimbursement, low reimbursement. Like it seems to be a very common trend, and it's getting worse and worse.
Mhm.
Is I don't know if that's true, but it seems like that with the amount of people that we're seeing come through our technology. I'm like, wow, this is really interesting. Low reimbursement, what, and I think that's a huge factor of impacting our current industry and the state we're in right now, where okay, revenue's not it's not growing as fast as expenses. So, like, how do you interpret that information from the ADA, and like how would you like help practices to solve that problem?
Teach, uh, well, I'm a billing expert, and
Yeah,
so from a billing standpoint, I would teach my team the things that are affecting the reimbursement cycle.
yeah,
One of which, and I can confidently speak to this because within my company, we have a tool that Jen and I created together, which is called the claims correction list. And essentially, our rule of thumb is that we will not create or submit a claim without clinical notes to protect the
sure.
doctor, right? So, with
Yeah,
that being
just ask
said,
Dr. Roy Shelburne
yes,
about that. Yeah.
yes, exactly,
He emphasized that on his interview today. I'm like, oh man, this is
100%.
good.
Yes. And so, with that being said, our claims corrections list that we use identifies the reasons. Like if I can't submit a claim because there's no clinical notes and it's a hygienist, and so it'll say, patient name, date of service, name of provider, and the amount of that claim that's pending. It's
Yeah.
hasn't even made it to aging yet. It's stuck in a pre-aging stage. But
Okay.
if I see a certain hygienist who is consistently 1 week behind in notes or 3 days behind in clinical notes, I can also see the total. So, we're looking at thirty to $40,000 on average per provider that we're
Wow.
holding on submitting claims. And hopefully the listeners understand the concept behind not submitting a claim before clinical notes. And if you don't, I'm going to
Li
educate you in one
Listen to
sentence.
Roy's podcast
Yeah,
on
go
that one.
listen to Dr. Roy Shelburne. I had him
Yeah.
on my podcast probably 2 years
Yeah.
ago. I shared the stage with him in 2024, and his story is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but in a
And
nutshell,
disturbing.
yeah, and scary.
Deeply disturbing, yes.
And it's like you don't submit a claim without clinical notes, not only to protect your doctor's license, but you don't want to unintentionally commit fraud.
Yeah.
And in Dr. Shelburn's case, that's what happened.
That's what
He
happened.
unintentionally committed fraud,
Yeah.
and he went to prison for literally $17,000 because when you
Yeah.
when you get accused of this stuff, they don't care about the number. They care about the intent. And as he always says, ignorance is no excuse to the law.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, the exact number, because he mentioned it multiple times this morning, was
oh,
$17,399.53.
yep. And did he tell you how much money it costs to keep him
It was like
incarcerated?
the estimate I think is like 1.6 million.
Yes.
So
Make that make
that's
sense. Like, make that
well,
make
it's because it's the government, and I don't think anything makes sense when you're working in government. But if it was a private organization like yours or mine, that investment is not correct.
yeah.
That is
Oh
not
my
a
gosh.
good investment.
Yeah. So like, like going back to the whole ways we can improve, I think training our assistants to support the billing team, we a lot of times we get really subpar x-rays. So I have a dental assistant attachment guide, and I can make that available to anybody that wants it, because again, these are ways that we can fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
Stronger clinical notes. If I can't identify a diagnosis code to use through your clinical note, I can't create a strong defensible claim, because we put diagnosis codes on our claims now. And, so clinical notes, make sure your assistants understand what attachments are needed for each procedure, train them, um, remind them if it's a major procedure in the morning huddle, let them know, hey, the x-rays that we have are too old, make sure you get a new one. Or, if you're doing a buildup, this is one of my biggest billing tips. When you're doing a buildup, I don't need a buildup after the buildup is put on. I need an intraoral photo
Yeah.
pre-buildup. So like post.
So you can prove it.
Yeah, because I need to show the insurance company that there was less than 50% tooth structure remaining to prove dental necessity.
Yeah.
Proving dental necessity is proving form and function. So I need to prove that, we needed the buildup for retention purposes so that I have a fighting chance when they want to combine the payment into one. So, and that's an appeal that every biller should know how to do, because insurance companies are taking stats, they're taking notice on what we are appealing, and we're virtually just letting them get away with it. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, we're not even appealing.
Yeah, the numbers are kind of sad when it comes to that, it seems like, and
Yeah,
unfortunate, and which is probably contributing to the low growth, the low revenue rate of the
100%.
industry, which is not a good place to be in as an industry.
Yeah,
But I think it can be definitely done through
yeah.
optimizing your billing process. Um, on my side, reducing dependence on as many PPOs as you can,
Well, oh, I agree with that.
and exchanging it for a patient membership plan. Um, we see a lot of practices becoming like hybrid fee for
Hmm.
service and
Yes,
insurance companies. That's kind of
that's
when
the new thing.
when I started our company. My ultimate goal is to help practice become more fee for service, right? But I know that that's not always possible with everybody because there's a lot of different scenarios. But what
Hmm.
I'm seeing is the mass majority is becoming more uh, hybrid offices, fee for
Yeah.
service, and they're sticking with more I guess more efficient PPO plans that are better for them, I guess, if that's even true. You know what I mean? So no, this has been an awesome episode, Erica. Let's do this for our listeners. Hearing your story and hearing your tips, like if they're needing help with billing and all the stuff that you educated us about, like how do they hear of you or find you,
Hmm.
and what's the process? Do they call you up, schedule a meeting? Like walk us through all that.
They typically will reach out to me on social media. I get a
You're
lot of.
big on Instagram. I
I'm
know I
big
follow
on.
you on
I
Instagram. Yeah,
love TikTok, and TikTok is
I
becoming
see your
my
videos on
favorite.
TikTok
Yeah, I
too.
love
Yeah,
TikTok,
yeah.
Instagram. So I am dental billing coach on both. And you can also go to my website. It's dentalbillingdoneright.com.
Okay.
And you can reach out to me there and we can connect and have a conversation. I know you can, I will also be talking or announcing some upcoming workshops on denial management. And these are full day workshops. I mean, these are game changing strategies for a dental practice wanting to learn how to fight fire with fire. And this really does change the way insurance companies treat your practice.
Yeah,
So
very good.
we'll announce that as we get closer to that. I'm planning on doing one in Hawaii. So
Yes. Manifest it.
I'm manifesting it. It's coming down the pipeline.
Hawaii is one of my favorite places, so
Yes,
I'll be there too.
yeah,
Um, the okay, so dentalbillingdoneright.com. I'll make sure that's in the show
yes,
notes. So be sure to go and check out Erica's website and schedule time with her, or go to one of her events.
yes.
As you've witnessed on this podcast, she is full of information and helpful tips and guidance. So I would hope people go and book time with her and,
Thank you so
and spend some
much.
time with Erica. So, with that said, we hope everyone has a rocking day.